Hello and welcome back to That Ally Garage. Today we're going to be assembling through H&R three-piece rims. I'm going to show you how to do it without having a leak. I didn't know that was a problem. I had a few friends ask me, "Oh, you're reassembling some H&R three-piece rims. Be careful, they leak." I'm like, I've done them in the past and they don't leak. So I'm going to show you how I do it, the steps that I take, and the things I do to prepare for this. And it's not that big of a deal, but you know, step by step, you gotta get to it. You gotta do it once or twice before you know how to do it properly. If you're new to this channel, please think about subscribing at the end of this video, like, post, or share, and all that stuff. Anyways, let's get to work. Let me show you what do we have here. So I had them reconditioned. I powder coated these used to be chrome, so the chrome was sandblasted off by a local place. These also, the clear coat over here around all the bolts was all coming out and everything, so I got this also redone, brushed aluminum. This was raw aluminum, so I had them just spray the inside. It's easier to clean it that way. I like it that way. I think they'll look really good on the car. So I'm reusing the bolts. The bolts are pretty interesting. They are ARP. People tell us if you ask HRE, they'll tell you to, I know, I read somewhere that you gotta replace them, but I reuse them. These are very high quality bolts for that reason. So things that I like to prepare with is, you know, get my tools ready, right? This is a socket that I'm going to use. This is the socket for the bolts. It's a 8mm 12 point, so it's not a regular socket, out of the ordinary. But as the beginning, I like to wrap it with some paper and then tape both ends with some electric tape, just to prevent any scratching to the new surfaces we're going to be using. And after you're done with that, very nice, I like to put also around the gun itself, so if this hits any of the finished surfaces, it doesn't scratch it. So it's just a precaution I like to take. Alright, so that's step one, because this usually rests on the bottom of the barrel, so this way we're safe. Alright, so here's the first step. We're going to put the bottom barrel on a, you know, soft surface. I put a, you know, mat here, a sheet. There's a groove over here. This goes for the tire pressure? No, tire fill. Alright, so we're going to use that as our center. We're going to line everything up. So both barrels have this notch into it, and also the face has one hole that doesn't get a bolt, it gets that thing. So first is first, take a paper towel or a rag and just clean the surface so there's no sticky surfaces here. I mean, slippery surfaces. Nice and clean. Good. Now we're going to start with the silicone. I'm using a clear RTV silicone. I don't use the you know, like from Home Depot. You get this from the car parts from an automotive store. The reason why is this holds up to higher temperatures than the ones that are, you know, for around windows and stuff like that. Another thing to do is have a paper towel handy right in your pocket. Alright, so I put sealant around here, but you'll see the way that I do it. I come out here and loop around all the holes, okay? You need a small bead, nothing crazy. Just around the whole wheel. Once you reach 20, over later. Going on. Again, we're going to put this groove right on the bottom so we know where it is. Now you match up the holes and that groove, and I like to push down and just move it side to side just to get the silicone really in there. Next thing is we're going to put the face, but if you notice, one of the holes is different to the rest of them. We're going to find that hole. Oh, there it is. You see, one hole is a little bit different. See that? So that's the one that's going to go right where the groove is. Alright, before putting the face on, I like to put a small bead. This is not really for air. The air doesn't usually come out from here. That's not the case. Why I put a bead here is just so I don't have metal on metal. There's a little bit in between, just so if there's metal on metal, then there's a good chance of it vibrating or stuff like that. So this is just to hold everything in place and a little tight. Yep, that's it. When you're done with it, the TV, pull this out, so it's dripping out and make a mess, like I already did. Alright. You put it in with that special hole, that's one different, into that groove, lay everything in, and then I like to put two just around, oh, that's the one. Two around that one just so I know I have to skip it. I don't put a bolt there. And then I put a bolt into, just slide them into every one of these posts. You know, like this has one in the middle, one in the middle. So I fill them up around there just so we can slightly tighten it and get everything set. Let me see. Oh, I need one more over there. Good. Alright, so we got one in all of those spots, and we're gonna flip the rim gently over. Alright, so here's an important step. Oh, that's my fiance texting again. Anyway, so you're going to watch here. Make sure that it's not off. Both in and out. See that they're good. And as you spin it, you could tell that they're not shifted. It's not like one is oblong. They're, you know, a little bit off is fine because they're never going to be perfect, but this is very close to perfect. It's good. Now, very important step right here is how we actually get to seal it. So you see that there is some silicone from before. You see that? So we're going to fill in this whole gap. You cut the, let me see here. I'm going to clean it here. You cut this tip at a 45-degree angle and use the open side facing down because we're going to fill it up. So I'm going to start, let's fill it up from right here, and I'm going to spin the wheel as we fill it up. And you could put a good amount, right? Fill in the hole. Fill in the valley that we're having here, right? Very good. So now I'm gonna go, let's see, I'm gonna wet my finger, and I'm gonna use my finger. Just put some water or soapy water on your finger and just hold it flush. Spin the wheel. So you smoothen it out. What we're doing here is, and then you take a paper towel and clean it up, so you're like right there. What we're doing here, you could take the big spots. I'm going to go around it again. But what we're doing is taking that bead that we put in the middle and smoothing it so it's touching both sides of both barrels. Take your time with this step, but this is the most important step that's really going to seal the deal. I'm going to get more paper towels and go over it again. Alright, so here's the last step. I like to take a tiny bit of silicone, whatever is left on the barrel, and put it on this rubber gasket. This is the valve that we're going to install right now. Let me use this some here, right? It's just added insurance, alright? So that's not necessary. Now, where's the hole? It's right here. So we're going to insert it from the inside in through the hole and put the rubber gasket through here, and over here again I just rub a little bit of the silicone. This has rubber gaskets on both ends. You see the rubber bushing or gasket goes in. And you get to tighten it up. Not crazy tight. I'm not sure about the torque spec on this one, but I'm pretty sure it's torque to yield. That's enough. Put in our valve stem on it, our cap. And that's it. That's how you assemble. That's how you assemble a HRE 3-piece wheel. I'm pretty sure this is the same. I mean, this is the same way to any other 3-piece or 2-piece wheel. If you like this content of this video, if you like the content of this video, please like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, if you ain't got haters, you ain't poppin'.